It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute since I was actually in Pipsville. About 4 to 5 weeks. So let's see where everything's at. We try to recall where I was and what I would like to potentially do. Today's video is going to be a little bit more mellow, more chill. I'll probably focus on definitely leveling up at least once and look at handling all of this demand, or at least some of it. I'm going to take a look around the map and see what all we have developed, or I had developed last time. That's right, I did have the port that I put in here for the harbor. So I've got kind of this area down here that I can start developing. I've got this area over here that I can work on as well. I know that one of these had, so we've got some industry going on over here. I'm going to do a little bit of work with Move It, just to try and get some of these parks and industry buildings, one, looking like they should, and two, ensuring that people can actually navigate to them. It looks like just a few little nudges are all that are needed. One thing I'm realizing as I look over all of this and kind of take inventory of what had previously been completed, I do have a cargo train terminal and a medium train station, but I do not have a rail yard. So we're going to go in and take care of that and make sure that we've got a rail yard that will function well for this whole community. I do think at one point in time I had been planning on placing it somewhere around here. And to be honest, that actually sounds like a really great plan, because you do need a decent bit of real estate for all of these train lines. And I could easily put it up right here and have a little kind of either industrial commercial zone just off of where the highway turns into Willow Street. Or I should say Highland Street connects with Willow Street. There'll probably be a little bit of corrections, or at least adjustments, in regards to how this original rail line is placed. But for the time being, I think I'll just set it somewhere about here. Or maybe I'll set it off just a little bit. because there's such a high demand for residential and I'm already having needs for customers, so there's not enough customers at some of our different businesses, I'm going to take this time to pause on the rail yard expansion, kind of that commercial industrial area, and come over here to focus on that residential increase. I'm not a huge fan of how this North American kind of medium mixed density turned out. It looks very blocky, and so maybe I might start there, make it a little bit more tailored, more unique visually before going on to that open space over here. As you saw, I did create a little note for myself that I want this to be a high school sports complex over here. So that'll be taken into consideration while developing this little area right there. Rather than deleting all of these, I think I'll play around with move it, place them on a different road, and then rework kind of the navigation pathways so that there's easier access to the buildings and also a little bit more variety when it comes to how they're placed. As I'm working through this little area here, I'm getting different notifications, whether it's the housing market or water or electricity. So I'm kind of checking on things as I go. I did note that the number of students available or that are able to attend the elementary school is capped. So I'm going to come in and add some additional capacity to hopefully create a little bit more a little bit more of the population for students to work in. Or, since this is getting a little bit tight, I could always even create a elementary or another education complex over here, or potentially just off of where the university and colleges are. So I'm going to take a peek at our smaller education buildings, specifically elementary, looking at the initial cost, upkeep, and student capacity. I want to have the largest student capacity for the upkeep cost. When thinking about the layout of the roads and how much space is available, especially when I have anarchy turned off, this Chinese Ruby Rock Elementary is going to probably be the best fit. I don't want to have it off this Beechwood Street that goes to a major kind of collector arterial. So instead I will have it on High Street. That gives me a little bit of room to play with some landscaping back here in future times. All right, back to this North American residential region. I'm going to finish today's episode by doing a little bit of finishing up with recoloring some of these buildings that were placed in this new residential commercial area that the North American structures had been placed in. I know that there's a few that I had missed, so next time I'm planning on kind of bringing those into a new neighborhood. Thank you again for joining me today. And in the case that you have any questions or have any recommendations on areas that I should focus on next or ways to improve, please let me know. I know with the next recording, I'm planning on doing a lot less pivoting or rotating and moving around as quickly. So I'm hoping I can really practice that and get a better handle on those transitions. Have a lovely day.